since I substitute at the high school a lot, I'm around teenagers a lot, and so I picture a typical teenager as kind and respectful most of the time, and willing to try hard to learn, most of them, and I also think that they are learning things a lot sooner than we did when I was in high school. I've subbed a lot of times in an AP calculus class, and those kids are learning AP calculus, and I took college algebra in college. So I think they're really smart, extra smart, and working hard. So I really like teenagers. Oh, that's a good question. I think especially the teenagers up here do. A lot of them do work hard because we have a lot of farms up here and ranches, and so I think a lot of them do. But on the other hand, I know too that they do different kinds of activities, and they're not hard physical labor type activities, whereas we used to do more outside things. But I think really when it comes down to doing hard things, I wonder if I think they're just as willing to do hard things today as they were then.
I picture a typical teenager as one who kind of likes to, look out for themselves, and of course not my teenagers. My teenagers are very good, but typically, it's usually about what's easiest, what's fastest, what's best for me, that kind of thing, and taking advantage of the most they can get. They don't have to, feel like they have to do all that much, that kind of thing. It's kind of an entitled age for teenagers. I think that teenagers in the 1980s were probably about the same capability as those now, but I do think that teenagers now live in a much more entitled world than it was in the 1980s. And our parents thought the same thing of us, I'm sure, but I think that just society in general is more about, being out to get what they can for free and doing the very least amount possible and taking advantage and things like that. So I think that probably, even though they're just as capable, that teenagers today are probably a little bit less able to have accomplished things maybe than they were then.
All teenagers smell really bad, and they smell like pee and BO. They're all slobs.
What do they do?
They sniff crack and smoke pot.
Okay, Erica, what do you think?
I picture teenagers to be at Target or something and shoplifting, and then going to a skate park and smoking and stuff like that.
No, I don't think that teenagers can do very hard things. I think that they're kind of slobs, and they hang out and do weird stuff. Sometimes they drink beer and go around and ride their bikes in creeks.
Sometimes, like Kalyssa.